Have you ever noticed how some people seem to have their finances completely sorted, yet they don't seem to be chasing money at all? It's a strange paradox, right? Many of them unknowingly follow the principles of an ancient philosophy, Stoicism. The secret isn't some magic investment strategy. It's a complete redefinition of what wealth truly is. Just the beginning. Great, and terrible, It's a complete turn. Let's dive into how Stoics view money and how this perspective can lead to unshakable financial stability. So, how do Stoics see money? They have a fascinating concept called a preferred indifferent. It sounds a bit academic, but it's actually very simple. Imagine two categories of things in your life. In one category, you have things that are truly good things, like your character, your courage, your sense of justice. These are the only things that can make you a better, happier human being, and they're entirely within your control. Good indifference. These are things that are external to you. They have no power to make you a good or bad person. This category includes your health, your reputation, your social status, and yes, money. And terrible army. They have no power. This category Canergen. Now, within this category of indifference, some are preferred and others are dispreferred. It's preferable to be healthy rather than sick, and it's preferable to have money rather than be in poverty. Money is useful. It provides shelter, food, and security. It allows you to help others. The Stoics were not ascetics who lived in caves. They were practical people living in the real world. They understood and appreciated the utility of money. But here's the crucial distinction. While money is preferred, it's never confused with a true good. Your net worth has zero bearing on your worth as a person. Your virtue, your inner peace, your happiness, none of these depend on the number in your bank account. Money is a tool, a useful resource, but it is not the goal. This simple shift in perspective is the foundation of the Stoic approach to finance, and it asks what protects them from the anxiety and turmoil that so many people feel about money. This brings us to the next core idea, the Stoic pursuit of excellence. The Stoics taught that we should focus our energy exclusively on what is within our control. What can you control? Your thoughts, your judgments, your actions, your character. You can't control the stock market. You can't control whether you get a promotion. And you can't control a global economic downturn. Great and terrible. Great and terrible. Army. You can't control the stock market. Worrying about these things is a waste of your precious time and energy. Instead, a Stoic directs their efforts inward. They strive to be the best version of themselves in every role they play. They aim to be the most competent, reliable, and honest employee or business owner they can be. In their community, they strive to be a helpful and just neighbor. And just neighbor. They focus on because they're looking for a reward, but because it is the right thing to do. Terrible enemy in their community. In their community, they strive to be a helpful and just before and terrible. And here's the beautiful side effect of this mindset. Money often follows. When you dedicate yourself to excellence, integrity, and providing genuine value, people notice. You become sought after. Opportunities naturally gravitate towards you. Your reputation for reliability and quality builds trust, which is the bedrock of any successful career or business. In this way, financial security becomes a natural byproduct of a life lived with virtue, rather than something you have to desperately chase. The focus is on the quality of the work, and the reward takes care of itself. It's a much more sustainable and fulfilling path to financial success. So, and terrible army. And terrible army. The focus is on. A focus is on the quality of the work. And the reward takes care of itself. And the reward takes care of itself. It's a much more sustainable and fulfilling path to financial success. The Stoics were also keenly aware of the psychological dangers of chasing wealth for its own sake. They saw it as a trap that ensnares the soul. I will come back. I will come back. Will come back. Just acquiring more money. You are setting yourself up for a life of constant anxiety and dissatisfaction. Why? Because the desire for more is a bottomless pit. There is always another level to reach, another zero to add to your net worth. You are setting yourself up for a life of constant anxiety and dissatisfaction. Why? Because the desire for more. Because the desire for more is a bottomless pit. There is always another level to reach, another zero to add, another zero. The hedonic treadmill kicks in. You get a raise, feel a brief moment of joy, and then your expectations adjust, and you're back to feeling like you don't have enough. This endless pursuit of externals leads to a profound loss of inner peace. You start making compromises. You might sacrifice your health, your relationships, or even your integrity, just to get ahead financially. This endless pursuit of externals leads to a profound loss of inner peace. You start making compromises. You might sacrifice your health, your relationships, or even your integrity. You're in fickle. You tack, sacrist, cyclically, sacris. Sacrically. You become a slave to your desires, constantly worried about losing what you have and desperately grasping for more. The Roman philosopher Seneca put it perfectly. He said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." True poverty isn't about having an empty wallet. It's about having an insatiable soul. The Stoic understands that freedom isn't having the money to buy anything you want. It's wanting nothing more than what you already have. This mindset is the ultimate shield against the corrosive effects of greed. So, this all sounds great in theory, but how does it translate into practical financial habits? The philosophy of Stoicism provides a powerful framework for disciplined personal finance. First and foremost, a Stoic practices emotional detachment when it comes to money. They see market fluctuations for what they are, external events outside of their control. While others are panic selling during a downturn or getting swept up in the frenzy of a market bubble, the Stoic remains calm. Their investment strategy is based on logic and long-term principles, not fear or greed. They focus on what they can control, their spending habits, their asset allocation, and their consistency. They live below their means, not out of a sense of deprivation, but because they find more joy in things that don't cost money, like relationships, learning, and time in nature. This creates a surplus that they can then invest wisely and patiently for the long term. But because they find more joy in things that don't cost money, like relationships, learning, and time in nature. This creates a surplus that they can then invest wisely and patiently for the long term. They avoid get-rich-quick schemes and speculative gambles because they recognize them as appeals to greed and a departure from reason. Instead, they favor a steady, disciplined approach, focusing on building sustainable, long-term stability. This isn't about being cheap. It's about being intentional. Every financial decision is filtered through the lens of reason and virtue. Is this purchase necessary? Does it align with my values? Does it align with my values? Or is it just feeding a fleeting desire? Great, and terrible, and terrible, and terrible. In terrible army. Is this purchase necessary? Does it purchase necessary? Does it align with my values? Or is it just feeding a fleeting desire? This disciplined mindset is the practical engine that builds real, lasting wealth. So, let's bring it all together. For the Stoics, the ultimate goal is not a bulging bank account. The ultimate goal is eudaimonia, state of human flourishing. Great, and terrible, and terrible, and terrible army. For terrible army. For the Stoics, the ultimate goal is not a bulging bank account. The ultimate goal is no dame. The ultimate goal is eudaimonia, state of human flourishing, characterized by inner tranquility, resilience, and a virtuous character. This is true wealth. It's a wealth that no market crash, no job loss, and no misfortune can ever take away from you. It is entirely internal and entirely yours. Financial security, in this worldview, is simply a welcome and logical outcome of a life well lived. It's the result of focusing on what truly matters, serving others with excellence, and practicing disciplined, rational habits. Dissecting your self-worth from your net worth and pursuing virtue above all. You, paradoxically, put yourself on the surest path to financial stability. You build a life that is not only prosperous but also peaceful and profoundly meaningful. That is the Stoic secret to being truly rich. Thanks for watching. If you found this perspective valuable, consider liking the video and subscribing for more insights on ancient wisdom for modern life. See you in the next one. See you in the next one. I will quote on. Just this one. Just the beginning. Great.